In the world of Arreqqana, love is something totally different. It's not just a feeling, it's a flavor, what they call a sacred savor that actually nourishes your soul. But what happens when you're faced with two completely different kinds of love? Well, to get this romance, we've got to understand the world that created it first.
Whoa, okay. If anything ever happened, I'd scoop you up and marry you. That is a huge statement, right? Who said it and who are they saying it to? Don't worry, we're going to get to that, but this single line, it's basically the key to this whole emotional puzzle we're about to put together.
So to really get what that promise is all about, you've got to understand one single word. Seriously, this one word is the core philosophy of Arreqqana, and it colors everything from a shared meal to a whispered confession. It's the key to the whole story.
That word is kavasa. And look, it's so much more than just, taste. Think of it as the essence of an experience, the spiritual nourishment you get from something. It's this beautiful idea of finding a perfect harmony between softness and strength in every single moment you live.
And this isn't some high-minded philosophical thing that nobody actually uses. No, this is woven right into the fabric of their daily life. You'll hear it said over dinner, whispered during a gorgeous sunrise, or used to gently remind kids to just slow down and savor the moment. So this idea of a sacred savor, that's the lens we have to see this whole story through.
Okay, so now that we've got that lens, let's look through it. We're going to start on the public stage, with the big official romance, the one everyone knows and loves, the one everyone is rooting for.
You can just feel the excitement buzzing in Pepe's words here, can't you? A hero, this guy Sarovara. He's been away for 6 long months, and his return is a huge deal. The anticipation is just electric.
And here's our main character, Zachi. Her devotion is just crystal clear. She's like, I don't care if he comes back changed. He's mine. This really sets the stage for a deep, committed relationship that's already survived a long time apart.
And there it is, the big moment. The reunion at the port that everyone's been waiting for. She runs into his arms, he spins her around. It's straight out of a movie. This is the picture-perfect couple, and everyone's there to see it.
So, we go from that huge public scene at the port to something a little more intimate, but still very much on display. A family feast. And this isn't just about food, right? It's an act of love, of community. It's everyone saying, welcome home, you belong here.
And look at this feast. This is kiva sasa in action. Every single dish, the tea, the fish, the custard, none of this is just food. It's all prepared with so much care to create that sacred savor of home. It's nourishment for his body, sure, but it's also nourishment for his soul. It's love on a plate.
But just as we're getting all settled in with this perfect love story, the whole thing gets complicated. There's this other bond, a private one, that happens in the quiet moments, far away from all the cheering crowds.
And here it is. This is the heart of the whole conflict. On one hand, you have Zok Ki publicly talking about her fiancé Saravara so confidently. But then, in private, she whispers this to her confidant, Jaru. You are the only one I want to notice. Two powerful emotional statements, but they exist in completely different worlds.
And this is Jaru speaking to Zaki. Listen to that. My heart, Zaki. Tonight you shine brighter than the city lights. That is not something you just say to a friend. It's poetic, it's deeply romantic, it feels incredibly personal.
This one moment, man, it just captures all the complexity. So Shaki's thinking about her fiancé, right? And what's Jaru's immediate reaction? It's that promise we heard at the very beginning. But what's so wild is that he says this while still calling her Sarovara's girl. It's like this crazy mix of fierce, protective loyalty and something way, way deeper, all tangled up together.
Okay, so what do we do with all this? How do we make sense of it? Let's try and break down this whole emotional triangle using that idea of kavasa we talked about.
It all boils down to this split, right? Between their public roles and what's really going on inside. On the surface, it's a perfect story. The devoted fiancé, the returning hero, the loyal best friend. But underneath all that, Zaki is completely torn. Sarovara is trusting a love that might not be what he thinks it is. And Jaru's devotion, well, it's blurring a very important line.
And this brings us all the way back to Kaivasa. See, this story isn't about picking a good guy and a bad guy. It's about choosing between two totally different flavors of love. With Saravara, you get the sacred savor of home, of stability, of public celebration.
With Jeru, it's the savor of intimate understanding, fierce protection, and those quiet shared moments. Both are nourishing, just in completely different ways.
And that leaves us with the one big question that drives this whole story. If Quivavasa is the sacred savor of life, which flavor is the one that's truly going to nourish your soul? I mean, when you have two different ways to be nourished, which one do you choose? Which flavor ultimately defines a life? That's the conflict right at the heart of this whole thing.